Come on, don't be grumpy, you're doing a great job there.
You should be pleased with yourself.
Good morning! Sergeant Killer Franz Gomez here, predicting right since 2002. The legs of the robot, the detached legs of the robot. I say detached, but they were never on the robot in the first place, so that's not true. As you may imagine, what I need to do is scrape off the rust from these legs first, which is coming off quite nicely actually. Normally I would do a time-lapse sequence with this kind of thing, but you're probably fed up with that kind of thing, and besides that, my tripod's broken. Now to grind back security robot's pelvis. I had to do that 3 times before I got that right. I've never ever said the words security robot's pelvis ever before. These holes here are where the robot's hips are basically going to be. I think this is going to be the most difficult part of the job. Getting this to stick to that. It's going to need an awful lot of heat. Nice and warm. The robot legs are sticking. They need a lot more sticking yet. I think I can safely say that those legs are pretty well stuck to that pelvis now. He's going to be a big man indeed. Look at that, look at the height of it. Gosh, and the width. That's proper childbearing hips, that. Next to weld on his backbone. Give it with a drill bit on this to get that back to bare metal because it was taking too long. Whereas this way, it's just a matter of seconds. Yard security guard is going to be quite a heavy beast by the time I finish with him. So I've got to make sure he is properly stuck together because that's going to hurt if he falls on you. A bit stood on top of other things to get it just right. So that there is just about right now. I think let's weld it together. Gaff tape's not really meant for this, but the only way of keeping the end off because it keeps coming off. There's a bit missing off of it. It is still what you would call bird shit welding, but it's strong. That's going to be strong now. Definitely overestimated the size of this thing. That's his shoulder there. So the next bit is to weld these drive shafts onto that bit of subframe there. See I've cut a bit away. They might not bond too quickly. It may take a while for it to happen, but I'm determined. Just for the moment, the weld feed's not working. I did this once before. I don't know why it did it. It just clicks and nothing else. So I can't really do anything else. The only thing I can do now is just walk away from it for a while. Well, after a trip to go and pay my rent and have something to eat, it's still not working. So I'm going to have to investigate. Gosh, little welder, on your side having a lie down, are you? Yes, you are. Oh, look at that. The size of that transformer. The problem appears to be in the switch anyway. Look, it's not moving. Why is it not moving? What's wrong with it? What's going on? Eh? Well, that's the end of today then, because the welder's still not doing anything. I have a half-made man on the floor. This looks like a job for senior mustard, doesn't it? It's been weeks, about 3 weeks, since I've made any progress on this man because of my broken welder, and I've not been able to find the correct 6-way switch to fix this thing. And I really want this man put together, but that's fine because another man's turned up who's going to help. Yeah, So today I am joined by Alan.
Talking about not getting names wrong.
Brought along a proper fit for purpose welder, and so I had to clear quite a bit of space here. We also have some nice thick metal for practicing with. He's been promising me for quite a while he's going to pop up and see me.
I have, yes. I'm sorry it's been so long, but better late than never.
And you do an awful lot of welding for your business.
I do, yeah. Like we were saying before, a lot of structural steel work, gates, railings. I try to avoid car work, because I've been honest with you, but it's not that it can't do it. It's just I believe it's a can of worms a lot of the time.
Yeah, a big rusty can of worms.
Not your initial rust stuff. You'll always find some more behind it.
Yeah, and then even if it's not a big rusty can of worms, there's always the potential to set in fire to it.
100%.
Which means you've got all this hassle of having to remove all the flammable stuff as well.
Yeah.
Which is why
new metal only do.
Which is why it's always so difficult to get welding done on cars.
Yes, 100%.
Part of the reason why I thought it'd be a good idea if I could do it myself.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Well, if you can get it to some sort of standard that you can get it done and be satisfied with it, and that's the main thing. And it passes an MOT, of course. Yeah. And that's the main thing.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
That's not quite as neat.
So my genuine thing there will be to just slow it down.
What a lovely day for it! What a lovely day, Ferret! Who are you calling Ferret? Yes, good day, Ferret! I'd like to express lots and lots of gratitude towards Steve for coming along to my special lockup of dreams and helping the final stages of building the yard. Man, this surveyor of knackered rovers is basically going to need a name. What can his name be? Currently I haven't thought of it, so maybe I will do by the time I come back tomorrow and finish this video off. Maybe I won't. I think it's time to reveal the Automotive Scarecrow. So, he's a big boy, isn't he? Simon Sentinel. Simon's a name I associate with being kind of, well, not security guardish, put it that way. And having two names together with the same start, same kind of sound, isn't something I like. But in this instance, I thought, well, why not? Simon Sentinel it is. Now, here's one problem that I did consider. When these legs are through the wheels, there's still a bit too much weight on this for it to stand up and be stable. That means its choice of destination within the yard is going to be a bit limited. Let's have a little think about this. How about against the gate? It'd look good there, it'd be rather intimidating. The only thing is though, somebody come in, open the gate, fall over, damage someone's car, fall on someone's head, and before you know it, poor old security sentinel man will end up with a court case on his hands. Next to Dr. Crane would be quite good actually, but Dr. Crane and Simon Sentinel, what happens if they team up together? It could end up a disaster. It will. It'll end up a disaster. Artificial intelligence that doesn't have any kind of programming. Against the tree, that would be good. That's not really my turning spot there, so I kind of feel like I'm treading on somebody else's toes. He's got steel toe caps, so he'll be alright, but even so, it's not the kind of thing I do. On the roof here really would be fabulous. It would look fantastic. I would feel that Simon Sentinel is taking care of the goodies inside, namely me. There is probably no better place for him, except of course he will draw quite a bit of attention to himself, and unless the landlord says, oh yes, I like that idea, I reckon you should go ahead and do it, I don't reckon I should go ahead and do it. It's going to be difficult enough getting him up there and securing him, never mind having to get him back down again against the caravan. That'd be a good one actually. Yeah, it'd be quite out of the way. Nobody can complain about it being that, surely. Nobody'd moan about that. It'd be a really good idea. In fact, maybe that's exactly what I should do. Or against transit face. But I don't really like either of those, so no. Can you imagine this though? The perfect spot. A place where Simon Sentinel can oversee the entire yard without moving at all. Up there. Depending, of course, what you think those robots are actually doing up there. Are they fighting or making love? It would rather be a gooseberry in the party if Simon turned up there. It could actually stop the fight, or he could turn it into an orgy. I don't really know, but one thing's for sure. I can't put him up there because I'm not allowed. I know I'm going to be becoming a little bit attached to this chap actually. I'm worried about him. You need to keep yourself warm, keep your coat on, cover your shoulders up, okay? Are you sure you'll be alright out here overnight? Eh? Come on, don't be grumpy, you're doing a great job there. You're doing an excellent job, you should be pleased with yourself. Put your jacket back on, you'll get cold.